Hi guys, how's it? Hope everyone is doing just keen on this Thursday evening. A little less than 24 hours until the Springboks kick off live in Italy. Got the lineups here. Going to go through the lineups, but we might as well just start off with the news. So Peter Stefatoy has gotten his suspension back. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so we will be without his services for a little bit here, obviously, for the rest of this tour. And the even bigger news, controversy, if you will, the suspension of Rassie Erasmus once again by World Rugby. Now, any of you guys who've been a follower of this channel for any number of time, we all know the video that blew my channel up. It was my defense of Rassie calling out the lackluster officiating of Nick Berry during the British and Irish Lions tour last year. And it was something that I was very passionate about, so I felt like being the non-South African voice in defense of Rassie. And once again, he is suspended, and the, at least social media world, is making us the arse of every joke. And yes, was Rassie right? Yes, but Rassie, you learned last time, doing this is not going to change anything, and it's really unfortunate because we're starting to look like the bad guys. Every time we lose, it's the referees. And was there poor officiating last weekend? Yes, of course. We all saw it. Unless you don't have eyes. We all saw it. We all saw it. Now, the difference being is that make a comment and stop. Any of you that follow Rassie on Twitter, it wasn't just a single comment. It was a lot of them. I love you, Rassie. I will defend this flag and this emblem to the death. But pipe it down a little bit, bro. Just a little. Bring it down a little bit, man. We're already not the most popular team on the planet. Now, I could go into a long rant about that, but this is all I'm going to say about that. When the All Blacks win the World Cup, there's countless documentaries about how great they are. When the Springboks win the World Cup, we have to make our own. And I'll just leave it at that. And we'll just end it at that. We have to make our own. So let's go ahead and bust into these lineups. Obviously, an interesting history between these two sides. An interesting recent history for one of these sides. But we'll go ahead and start with the weather report. It's going to be 15 and clear tomorrow night. So bit of a chill in the air, but nothing too major. We are 15-1 against Italy. The only loss coming back in 2016, and God, how I would love to forget that. Last two times we've played these guys was in the 2019 pool of the Rugby World Cup, where we beat the brakes off of them 49-3. Sergio Parisi was not too happy about that one. And in 2017, the end of the year test, we beat them 35-6. Our recent record, losses to Ireland, losses to France. Don't really need to go any further than that. And the big one with Italy taking down those Wallabies by a score of 28-27 this last weekend. A documentary series that was available on the Rugby Network app here, talking about Kieran Crowley coming in and taking over this team and really just trying to change the culture of rugby in Italy. Great little documentary to watch. It was absolutely free, so of course I watched it. And bringing in some interesting characters to kind of fill out this roster. But let's go ahead and start off with the Italian roster, as I always do. The front row is going to be Daniele Fixetti, Giacomo Nicotera, and Pietro Ceccarelli. The locks are going to be Nicolo Canone and Federico Rusa. The flankers are going to be Sebastian Negri and Michel Camarero. God, that's bad. The number 8 is going to be Lorenzo Canone. The 9 and 10 is going to be Stephen Varney, and at first 5/8, Tommaso Ale. Anyway, sorry. The wings are going to be interesting Italian name here, Monty Ioani and Pia Bruno. Monty Ioani is obviously Australian. Follow the guy on social media. Heaps of tattoos. Love the dude. Great guy, but I still think it's funny. But anywho, Luca Morissi and Ignacio Brex will be the centers, and Ange Capuzzo will be the fullback. It is a 5-3 split off the bench for the Italians. The front row replacements are Gianmarco Lucchesi, Ivan Mora, Ivan Nomar, Simon Ferreri, and that's the front row replacements. We have David Sisi and Manuel Zulani. And then the back replacements are Alessandro Gabresi, Eduardo Parovini, and Tommaso Mononacello. God, I'm really bad at those names too, and I do apologize. But that is the Italian roster there. Couple of interesting changes on the Springboks, obviously, with the absence of Peter Steph-Toy. Had to make some adjustments here. The front row is going to be the good old boys of Enche Manambi and Malherba. No Ebenezabeth or Ludehager, obviously still injured. Ebenezabeth will be coming in relief, but our starting lock combo will be Salman Moret and Marvin Ori. Sio Khaleesi, the captain, with Franco Mostart, his opposite on flanker, and Jasper Visa starting at number 8. Faf de Klerk, Damian Valemza, both 100% kicking on last weekend at 9 and 10. Once again, Kurtley Arenza and Cheslin Colby, the 100% kicker himself there at left and right wing, respectively. No Jesse Creel this weekend, as we will get former Premiership Player of the Year, Andre Esterhuizen, and Damien Dialende at center. Willie LaRue, the veteran there, holding it down in the back with the boot and the gray hair. A 6-2 split off the bench, kind of going back to the old days, with Marks, Kitsoff, and Koch making up the bomb squad. Ebenezabeth, a rare off-the-bench appearance for him. Quagga Smith and Evan Ross will be the other forward replacements. Guy, once again, I think should have got the start, but Jakobus Kobus Reinach, and it looks like Manny Libok will get another chance, another crack at his time in the green and gold. So, obviously on a bit of a losing streak here. I didn't even bring it up at the beginning of the video because I didn't really want to, but yes, South Africa A lost again today, and it was a nasty game. If that's the future, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I could go into the whole, we got to stop box kicking crap. We got to stop box kicking all the damn time. But I would like to get it turned around in this game. Obviously, the history is on our side. It was with Ireland, too, at one point. And I would just like to get back on the winning record here, through this now third week of this Northern Tour. We still got one game left after this. But who knows what that roster is going to look like, because we're going to lose all our Premiership guys and all our French players. They've all got to go to their sides. So next week is probably going to be quite a bit of these Springbok A guys coming over to fill in spots. But I would like for us to get a win. I'm going to pick us to win by 13. It's not anything I'm discounting about the Italians. They're definitely no slouch anymore. And I think come the Six Nations, what they did to the Welsh, I think they're going to do it to a couple more teams now. Do I think they're going to win the Six Nations? No, they're still a bit far for France and Ireland, but I think they're going to definitely be a lot more competitive. Their U20 side is doing really well. Their assistant coach is now the head coach for the Dallas Jackals here, and I think this is going to be a different game for us. We could potentially lose this game very easily. Very easily. If we get out there and we think that we're just going to march through these guys because of who they are and who we are, we're going to get our butts handed to us. We've got to step back. And I'm really hoping that Marvin Ori and Salman have a good game at lock, just so we can say, hey, we've got another guy. because it's pretty obvious that we're not going to get Archie Stammen back anytime soon, and I don't know the nature of Ludehager's injury. So we're going to need to start looking for a little bit of depth at lock, because Eben's a warrior. The real deal. But he needs some help. He can't do it all on his own, and we need to find some depth at lock, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to try to see if we have any depth at lock. So hopefully they have a good game. Not worried about our front row versus their front row. Not worried about that at all. What I am worried about is us not getting on our game plan and falling behind and trying to play catch up to a team that they're not really predictable, because they've been breaking everyone's predictions for a moment now. So, like I said, 6:45 p.m. start here tomorrow night, Dallas time. I don't know what that is for South Africa. I'm pretty sure it's the middle of the night for you guys. I don't know. It might be an afternoon game. I'm really sorry that I didn't check the time on that. But either way, I will be going live. Any of you guys want to come and hang out with me, chop it up, we can do that, do it proper, and hopefully come away with a W and kind of maybe start to salvage a bit from this trip, because really so far this trip's just been a lot of disappointment, not just from our main squad, but from our South Africa A squad, and then from our guru, our director of our team, being suspended. But enough of the sad stuff. Hopefully we get some good smiles tomorrow, and people all the way down where this star is, we get a chance to celebrate for a moment. But I will see all of you guys again tomorrow night. We'll do a post-game video, and we can enjoy our weekend, guys. Cheers. I'll talk to you guys again soon.